fuck the head really bleed out.
Come on, can you stop the interview?
Come on!
Benedict, do you feel that fantasy is the only way to deal with reality nowadays?
No. I think it's a very dangerous way to deal with reality. However, as metaphor, you can create incredibly powerful fables that do touch on erstwhile real issues. I don't think it's the only way. I think it's a very potent tool. Maybe the no is a bit too harsh. I feel, we're constantly trying to make sense of the liminal space that feeds us and cultivates us and gives us our bedrock of understanding of who we are, whether it's the subconscious dream space, whether how that plays out in culture, what we latch on to associate with in terms of storytelling to make sense of the chaos of what it is to be a human being.
How'd you get that cut on your forehead?
I really need to talk to Cassie.
You're losing it, buddy. Who are you talking to?
For the both of you, what moved you the most about the story?
Watching Benedict as Vincent literally shadowboxing with himself, I found very moving. Watching McKinley as LeDroit slowly invite us into his inner world and then emerge as this heroic figure, finding his power through, taking great personal risk, I found incredibly moving. Etta Pero at the end as Cecile standing up and saying we have to do better for our children. Yeah. Incredibly moving. It makes me tear up right now. So, in every world of this show, we were given access to really dynamic characters who were going through great difficulty and transformation, and I found it all incredibly affecting. And you, Benedict?
It all feels like every one of these characters step into a truer, more authentic version of themselves by the end of the story. And even I have to say, I'm moved by the end of the story where you see a son and father reconciled through something that they've shared. This gift of reconciliation, of an offering, that when we see that in our children, it's often non-verbal, when we receive that with love and openness, they are our teachers. They are the ones who lead us to the light.
Anderson, son of Good Day Sunshine creator Vincent Anderson, and grandson of prominent property developer and philanthropist Robert Anderson.
Do you feel like living with a fantasy is the only way to survive reality?
Well, definitely not the only way, but I think especially when you think about kids and our young selves, I think we live a lot in our imaginations. And as an artist, I think my imagination is a kind of solace and an escape and a place for me to metabolize and figure things out. So yeah, there's definitely a part that's always present.
Yeah, I think the nature of what we do is to create and tell stories, and we tell stories to make sense of the world. And I think as children, our imaginary friends are sometimes the wish fulfillment of what we want or need or feel that is missing, and then also perhaps the fulfillment of our fears, and the thing that we, by giving it form, then we can somehow manage it and control it and deal with it. And so I guess I don't think it's the only way to live, but I think I feel very privileged as a writer that writing has helped me get out of the worst of times. And the ability to create is such an important life force that I think it's a gift for any artist who can tap into that early on and understand that.
And it can be incredibly healing.
Yeah, very healing, I agree with you.
Cine, música, series, libros, teatro, artes plásticas, gastronomía, todo el mundo de la cultura y el entretenimiento aquí en El Tiempo. Suscríbase al canal de YouTube del Tiempo, que además es gratis, y le mandamos notificaciones de nuevos videos.